Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a very exciting one as we'll go over multiple Cobra Kai spin-off ideas, different series that they could do in the future. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now the first idea is one that's talked about really most of all, and that is a young Mr. Miyagi series. Now this series would have so much potential. It would obviously be a prequel, maybe set in I'm not sure exactly the time frame you'd be set, but obviously before the Karate Kid. Of course, Mr. Miyagi went to war, and there's a lot of story to tell there. Of course, how he lost his wife and his daughter. There's a lot of tragedy in Mr. Miyagi's story. So there's a lot of, ideas to base off of to, create a whole nother spinoff. It would follow the young Mr. Miyagi and how he came to become the Mr. Miyagi as we know from the Karate Kid. And obviously now we know even more about his past from, of course, Cobra Kai Season 6 and, that whole storyline that was featured. So there's tons and tons of storyline to go into. The only concern that I do have is Mr. Miyagi is such a precious character that you just cannot mess him up. You have to find the perfect actor to play young Mr. Miyagi. I'm okay with a young actor playing a young Mr. Miyagi, but I don't want any old actor playing Mr. Miyagi. That's why I was never a big fan of the CGI stuff that we saw in Season 6 and the fact that it just wasn't good, to be honest. But I would love a young Mr. Miyagi actor and a whole series based around Mr. Miyagi. I think that could, bring in some very good storyline. There's lots of ideas to go around there, and Mr. Miyagi is such an interesting character, and as I said earlier, just to see how he shapes into who he is in the Karate Kid as we know him. Now the second idea is not one that I hear talked about enough, but that is not Hawk and Dimitri, not another Johnny and Daniel, definitely not Kreese or Silver, but Robbie and Tori. Now, although I think there are many spin-off possibilities, especially how Season 6 Part 3 ended, but I think Robbie and Tori have the best opportunity. They got great new careers ahead of them, without going to college. They got, great careers from the jump, which I find very interesting because, it'll be hard to do a, spin-off series with a Cobra Kai character that's in college where you'll have to basically do that pretty darn soon because you can't have a 40-year-old Sholomane Duenya in college. So if you want to pick it up right after, I think Robbie and Tori is a great opportunity to do so because you can really pick up that storyline whenever, because this is their career and they're not doing college, they're not doing any of that, they're going straight into their career and they're doing it together. Miguel is not with Sam. They're together, but they're not, he's in Stanford and Sam's at Okinawa. So they're in two very separate places. And then there's, of course, Tori and Robbie, which are together, working together. I think there could be many storylines to be built up there, just because, they're together, they're finding a new career and finding what's ahead of them. Of course, they have a criminal past that could tie into it. And I think it could become a very interesting story. Now, I don't think it has the amount of, potential as a Mr. Miyagi prequel series just because we've already seen these characters pretty recently. But I do think there's much storyline to be brought in. I just don't think there's 5 seasons worth of storyline between Robbie and Tori. But at the end of the day, it still could absolutely be a spinoff. I have so many spinoff opportunities that I could see Cobra Kai or Netflix going with. And if you want to hear my full video breaking down all spinoff opportunities, which I think there's honestly 6 to 7 different spinoffs they could do. Obviously, they won't do all of them, but there's 6 to 7 ideas that they could do. Let me know if you want to see that video in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on for that video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.